Hello and welcome to this very special broadcast, and joining me tonight is Karan Bedi, Amex player. We have, of course, the one and only...
Amex player. That's a nice name for him.
Amex player.
What a player.
We have the one and only powerful queen of soap, Ekta Kapoor. Thank you for joining me. And of course, Kangana Ranaut. I'm really scared this time, Kangana, sitting opposite you, because ये जो लॉकअप है और ये जो आपने chains लगाई हैं और आज जो promo आया है, and you've put people in jails, and then there are handcuffs, and you're saying that आपकी jail सबसे कड़ी jail है.
अत्याचारी खेल.
तो ये अत्याचार किस पे होने वाला?
देखिए, हम एक शो लेके आ रहे हैं, क्योंकि आप बहुत सीरियस इंटरव्यूज़ लेते हैं, तो मैं पहले डिस्क्लेमर कर दूं कि ये कोई सच की जेल नहीं है. ये एक शो है जो कि एकता जी ने पूरा फ्रॉम अ स्क्रैच दे हैव वर्कड ऑन इट. बालाजी, ऑल बालाजी's टीम, एंड मैक्स प्लेयर इज़ द पार्टनर इन दैट. एंड हम लोग ये जो रियलिटी शो है, मेरे लिए वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम डिजिटल में डेब्यू होना मेरा, एंड एक रियलिटी शो के थ्रू डेब्यू होना इज़ अ वेरी डिफरेंट थिंग फॉर मी. तो इसमें जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, आपने देखा होगा अक्सर लोग घरों में लॉक होते हैं या एक साथ होते हैं, हाउस होते हैं मोस्टली, लेकिन हाउस में तो सभी लॉक थे 2 साल तक, सो आई थिंक नाउ एकता हैज़ रेज्ड द बार and she has made it a jail. So let's see now what is in store for all of you.
So this is the big boss's Kangana Ranaut's lockup, pun intended.
This is, yes, of course. I think very few people, even from the film industry, get to host shows, and I would say that those, like, I would thank Ekta ke she approached me for this. She thought that I have a personality to pull off something like that, which Mr. Bachchan has done, or Mr. Salman Khan has done, or these kind of people, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, they are the ones who have been host of shows. So I'm happy to be in that league, and I'm very grateful that she thought of me like that, and it's a new opportunity I'm going to explore, and of course this is going to be my jail completely.
Ekta Kapoor, Kangana Ranaut. Why Kangana Ranaut? You wanted somebody controversial. You wanted somebody who could speak her mind. Because Kangana Ranaut is known for statements that she makes. And last time also, when I was interviewing her, उन्होंने कहा था मुझे कि मैं हेडलाइन सोच के स्टेटमेंट देती हूँ कि मुझे हेडलाइन में जाना है, नहीं तो लोग जानेंगे नहीं कि इसके बारे में मैं क्या सोचती हूँ. So you wanted the headlines?
See, I wanted Kangana, and with Kangana comes the headlines. So मैंने बहुत clearly decide कर लिया था कि अगर कुछ reality करना है, तो when बहुत लोग डरते हैं, we have got a very scared nation and politically correct nation. Everybody follows boxes में रहते हैं लोग. And then there's Kangana. Every box broken, every rule broken, every heights reached, and then ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी पे इतनी स्टडी करने के बाद, इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट्स देने के बाद, हाउ कैन यू नॉट हैव कंगना ऑन अ रियलिटी शो? आई वुड हैव नॉट मेड लॉकअप इफ शी हैड नॉट सेड यस. आई एम वेरी श्योर अबाउट दैट.
So did it take some convincing? आपको persuade करना पड़ा?
So I sent my favorite person, Ruchika, who Kangana likes very much. I said, Ruchika, one job, get me Kangana. And she and Ruchika is one of the most clever people I know. And she's like, and the beauty of this show was that it happened during the lockdown, During the lockdown, we realized कि हमारे पास जो ये जो concept है कि आप किसी को घर में बंद कर दो और उनको stress में डाल दो, well, we were all in a locked up captive reality for 2 years. हम 2 साल से कोविड की वजह से ब्लॉक थे. अब आप किसी को कैसे डराओगे कि आपको हम लॉक कर रहे हैं, अच्छे कपड़े दे रहे हैं और 5-10 दोस्त भी दे रहे हैं. तो ऑनेस्टली उनका घर भी ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लमेटिक था देन दिस. तो इट हैड टू, द वर्ल्ड, दुनिया की जो एटमॉस्फेयर थी, इट क्रिएटेड दिस की. अब डर सिर्फ तब लगेगा जब आप किसी को लॉकअप में डाल दो, बिकॉज दैट इज वॉट यू फियर. आई नो कि जब कोई भी कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल बात होती है, ऑनेस्टली, या आई एम श्योर कंगना विल एग्री विथ मी, या फिर कोई किसी ने कुछ केस कर दिया या कुछ, मेरे पहला फियर था कि अगर मैं जेल गई तो मेरा क्या हाल होगा. तो इट वाज दैट फियर दैट इंस्टिल्ड एंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट.
तो आपको जेल जाने का डर क्यों लग रहा था? ऐसा क्या किया आपने?
सबने लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ किया है मैम. मैम, जिंदगी में ऐसा कोई
डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट यू हैव डन. आपने क्या किया? आप तो बहुत कुछ करते हैं.
dreams about murdering people and I murdered someone.
तो आपने अपने लफ्जों से तो मर्डर किए ही हुए हैं कई.
I get dreams about that, and then the investigation going on. I think it's everybody's dream. People get, once in a while you get dreams like that.
आपको तो ज्यादा ही आते होंगे, क्योंकि आपके पीछे तो हमेशा एक फौज.
कितने मुल्कों की पुलिस है. मेरे ऊपर बहुत FIRs हुए हैं और मुझ पे इतने सारे लोगों ने धमकियाँ, पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज जंप हो गई, मेरी शूटिंग्स पे अटैक हुए, शूटिंग्स रोक दी गई, और फिर मुझे पुलिस स्टेशन पे बुला के रखा. कितने दिनों तक मेरी पूछताछ चलती रही. मेरे अगेंस्ट अभी समन निकले थे, तो आई वॉज इन मनाली. दे वर कॉप्स इन माई हाउस, दे हैड कम टू अरेस्ट मी, टेक मी एंड पुट मी इन जेल. तो अगर मैं मनाली में नहीं होती तो मैं भी लॉकअप में होती.
लेकिन बाहर लॉकअप के आपके जैसा कोई पावरफुल, प्रेजेंटेबल, ब्यूटिफुल, स्पीकिंग द माइंड नहीं होता. वो कोई नॉर्मल सा कॉप होता. इट्स ऑलवेज बेटर टू बी इन अ लॉकअप विद द जेलर एज कंगना रनौत.
I would love to believe that.
But Kangana Ranaut, Ekta Kapoor is everything that you stand for. Everything that you stand for, she's against
She's
that.
a dream.
Nepotism, आप हमेशा कहती हैं सबको. जितेंद्र की बेटी हैं, और जितेंद्र की बेटी होने की वजह से शायद स्टार्ट किया होगा, पर उन्होंने काफ़ी सीलिंग्स, ग्लास सीलिंग्स तोड़ी हैं. लेकिन मैं पूछूंगी कि आज एकता कपूर को देखने के बाद आप अब भी कहेंगी कि नेपोटिज्म जो है वही बॉलीवुड का हॉलमार्क है?
See, बॉलीवुड में नेपोटिज्म मेरी प्रॉब्लम कभी भी नहीं थी. प्रॉब्लम थी द गैंगिंग अप ऑन आउटसाइडर्स बिकॉज ऑफ नेपोटिज्म. यू अंडरस्टैंड? देयर इज अ डिफरेंस. अगर आप अपना काम कर रहे हैं, आप तसल्ली से करें, इत्मीनान से, नो प्रॉब्लम. ये आउटसाइडर हैं, ये नहीं यहाँ होने चाहिए बिकॉज ये हमारे बाप दादाओं की जगह है. दिस इज रॉन्ग ना. एकता हैज नेवर बीन अ पार्ट ऑफ एनी बुली गैंग, दैट आई कैन अश्योर यू.
इनके दोस्त वही हैं जो आप बुली गैंग हैं.
नो, शी हैज नेवर.
दोस्तों पे क्यों जा रहे हो यार? ये तो ये भी मेरी दोस्त है, दूसरे भी मेरे दोस्त हैं.
Yes, she is like
आप
that.
बुली नहीं करती?
No,
आप
never.
बुली नहीं करती?
Never.
Karan, I need to get your comment on this.
She is not a bully.
Doesn't bully.
She is, and
Kangana is not a bully. You worked with them now in the making
no.
of.
Ekta is the most democratic person you will ever meet in the film industry, and that's why we are sitting here. She has so much respect for outsiders, so much respect, and I have respect for her as a woman, as how she has come up, she has broke the glass ceiling, and she has done so much. We have that respect. Yes, I come from a different background, she come from a different background, but when we meet at work, she is not behaving like somebody who has the, who is suffering from some superiority complex, and who thinks that, we don't belong here. If she would make me feel like that, I would not work with her, to be honest. But she is not like that. She is the most accepting and most encouraging person, and I am so happy to be doing this show with her, and I think she's a great producer, and I get inspired to be a producer like her, because at some time I would start to belong to the industry. Maybe my children would want to work in the industry. Then how to be the prototype of how to be if you belong to the industry is this.
Oh man, such a sweet thing to say. That's such a sweet thing. I'm so touched. Thank you so much. You have really touched me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling. Thank you for being
Ekta
there.
Kapoor, this interview is going to go into the Guinness Book of Records because कंगना जी ने किसी की तारीफ कम की, और इतनी तारीफ तो शायद बिल्कुल नहीं की. वो भी इतने बड़े बॉलीवुड के स्टार की बेटी और नेपोटिज्म के खिलाफ इनका जो लाल झंडा या काला झंडा कह लीजिए जो चलता है, उसके बाद एकता कपूर को इतना बड़ा कॉम्प्लीमेंट देना, व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन बिटवीन यू टू? ये लॉकअप
अभी शुरू होने वाला है लॉकअप, बट ऑनेस्टली मेरे वन बिट आई अग्री विद कि मैंने जब भी काम किया है तो आई वर्कड विद स्मृति, सुशांत, ऐसे सारे जो यंग टैलेंट्स के साथ काम किया, दे हैव नॉट बीन फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री. आई ऑल्सो बिलीव दैट मेरे दोस्त बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं, बट एंड आई ऑल्सो बिलीव कंगनाज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट टैलेंटेड यंग पीपल. It's embarrassing for me to get so much compliment from somebody I've admired.
बट हमारी दोस्ती, मैम, नॉट टू इंटरप्ट यू, बट हमारी ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने इनको अभी लॉकअप के लिए मिली हूँ. मैंने इनके साथ काम किया था, मतलब टू इन माई अर्ली ईयर 2009-8,
बहुत साल
2000, मतलब कितने साल, जब मैं आई स्टार्ट इन 2006. सो शी वॉज द फर्स्ट वंस हु गेव मी माई फर्स्ट ए लिस्ट फिल्म.
और मेरे तो
इन वंस अपॉन अ टाइम इन मुंबई. The way she treated, she even offered me dirty picture. She was the first ones who said that this girl has so much talent and she will be huge going up, you know. So of course we've had a journey together, and all through all this she has been the same person, you know, who minds her work and who's very nice to everybody and very encouraging. And I think she doesn't come with that headspace ke हाँ मैं, you know, जीतू जी की बेटी हूँ तो मतलब I am, you know, कोई मेरे सामने कुछ बोल नहीं सकता या बात नहीं कर सकता या मेरे को कोई सजेशन नहीं दे सकता. या जब मैंने डर्टी पिक्चर नहीं भी की तो ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने जब इंडस्ट्री में लोगों को किसी चीज़ के लिए कभी कोई प्रस्ताव ठुकराया है, आई हैव सेड नो टू, रिजेक्टेड ऑफर समथिंग, दे हैव गॉन आफ्टर मी एंड हाउ. बट आई सेड नो टू डर्टी पिक्चर, शी वॉज परफेक्टली ओके, शी स्टिल ऑफर्ड मी. जजमेंटल है क्या? शी वॉज स्टिल ओके टू वर्क विद मी. इट वॉज नॉट सम ईगो क्राइसिस फॉर हर कि शी शुडंट, कंगना शुड नॉट एग्जिस्ट नाउ. There was no such thing. So I've seen her.
बाकी लोगों ने, अगर आपने फिल्म रिफ्यूज की है तो आपकी एग्जिस्टेंस को चैलेंज किया है?
Of course. I refuse to work with big heroes. I refuse to work with big studios. My films don't get screens. My films don't get solo release. The whole industry was ganging up, and I spoke about it. You know, when Manikarnika came, nobody came for the screening. I went for screening for Dangal to Razi, for everyone, but nobody came for my screening. You know, so my point is that of course वो बातें पुरानी हो चुकी है अब, ठीक है. I have come too far. अभी I don't need anybody at my screening. But what we are talking about, Ekta ji, please don't think that this is of some effect, and don't discredit somebody who is, you know, so good to outsiders and who's been so good at what she does. We have a journey together, and I have seen her through the years, and she's the most hardworking and most matter of fact and an absolutely inspiring woman to work with. Yeah, and of course nepotism and whatever doesn't obviously affect her state of mind. She comes to the to work just how I would or any other person would.
Karan, how is it working? Two firebrand, powerful women, and you know, looking the way they do, they can kill you with a smile. They don't even have to open their mouths. At least I can say that for Ekta, because Kangana doesn't really mince her words. She opens her mouth, and every time she opens her mouth, she chews an army of people. So, how's it been working with them, and how did this idea of Lock Up come about?
It's been amazing. As you can see, the chemistry between both of them. As you said, two of the most powerful women in the business, probably in the country beyond the business. And when two such talented people come together with this much chemistry, you can only imagine the sort of output that comes out of a relationship like that. So I think for us, we've been very lucky to be able to work with both of these, as you call them, powerful ladies, and at the top of their game. I was recently commenting, you know, at an interaction that, you know, both of them have shattered every glass ceiling you can think of. Even today, the entire, you know, the so-called Saas Bahu category was invented by Ekta. Lots of stuff done in the movie business after that, in the digital business after that. So we were very lucky. And as to how, you know, to Lock Up coming about, we were in conversation, and we've been working with Balaji on a number of different projects. And when this came to us, we were like, we jumped on it. Because I realized something that Kangana actually said, that for 2 years, everyone has been stuck at home. So the concept of being stuck at home is no longer a novel concept. What's the next extreme step?
किस तरह की आग लगाई जा सकती है वो लॉकअप में है. So
आग भी नहीं, psychological, human psychology is like that. That once you put people in a position that is outside their comfort zone, it's interesting. And I think as a country viewing entertainment, not just our country, right, many countries in the world, that's what people look for: relatability and engagement.
So, Ekta, I want to ask you, you said there are 16 celebrities and you said we are so politically correct. Now, मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ, politically correct, इसका मतलब कि शो में ऐसा कुछ है जो politically incorrect होगा? Does it deal with the politics of the day? You worked with Smriti Irani and, you know, she's a politician par excellence, a cabinet minister. Now you're working with Kangana Ranaut. Is this her ladder to politics?
Kangana doesn't need a ladder. Where is the ladder needed? I don't think any party will not give her a ticket to be out there with your belief so strongly. कौन नहीं देगा? मतलब वो नहीं लेगी. So कंगना को कोई ladder की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है. और as far as I'm concerned, politically correct मतलब politically incorrect तो होगा, because politics नहीं, politically मतलब कि you know the meaning of politically incorrect. You picked me up on that one. But yes,
It's my job.
I agree with you. I agree. I agree with you. But like, am I going to get into political trouble? No, I don't want to. But
You don't want to, but with Kangana around, can you avoid it?
you know, there is one thing I believe in. You know, in a country like ours, with Instagram out there and Kangana putting her thoughts every day, no one has been able to stop her. I will not do the same. I'm not stopping her. Whatever happens, whatever backlash comes, if people want to corner me, we are willing to put our best foot forward to somebody who believes in whatever she believes in.
So
Coming back.
Is it a scripted show where she'll have a script, or is it, you know, वो जो घर में 16 लोग हैं वो आपस में बात करेंगे, जो मुद्दे होंगे वो आज के दौर के होंगे, जो बाहर की दुनिया में भी हो रहे हैं, और उन मुद्दों को डिस्कस जब किया जाएगा, तो आजकल तो वर्ल्ड बंटा हुआ है ना, इस तरह से हमारा देश बंटा हुआ है कि अगर आप मोदी के कुछ के लिए कुछ अच्छा कह दें तो आप मोदी भक्त हैं, और अगर आप दूसरी तरफ का कह दें तो आप एंटी नेशनल हैं. ये दो ब्रॉड कैटेगरीज ऑफ पीपल इंडिया में हैं. तो डू यू थिंक इस तरह की बातें होंगी?
See, honestly, एक घर में जब there are going to be people, there always कोई ना कोई तो बटा है. आप राइट कहती हैं, कोई इस साइड पे तो कोई उस साइड पे. तो जो बातें होंगी वो हम, अगर कुछ डायरेक्टली किसी को इंसल्ट करने वाली बात नहीं होगी, we will air it with our legal teams taken into consideration. And same for, I think, Karan, आप भी वही
I think the only comment I'll make is, आपने भी घर बोला, आपने भी घर बोला, ये घर नहीं है, जेल है. Is the one clarification. But as Ekta said, look, you know, we are sitting here with cameras, but after a short period of time, and you'll know this, you stop thinking about the fact that there's a camera there, and you know, you're yourself, and when you're in आप ऐसी situation में हैं जहाँ extreme condition है, आप जेल में हैं, genuinely speaking, uncomfortable जगह होती है जेल, तो you know, it should be interesting to see how people react in that situation. But there's no intent to create any kind of political incorrectness. I think people will be people.
तो कंगना जी, आपका जो प्रोमो वीडियो आया था और उसमें आपने कहा है यहाँ ना भाईगिरी चलेगी ना पापा के पैसे से जमानत मिलेगी, ये इशारा किस तरफ था?
देखिए, ये जो शो है, इसका जो कंटेंट है वो कंटेंट राइटर्स लिखते हैं. उन्होंने डेफिनेटली मेरी कुछ लाइन से इंस्पिरेशन ली है, बट आई डोंट थिंक दे वर पॉइंटिंग एट एनीबडी इन पर्टिकुलर, क्योंकि टू बी ऑनेस्ट यहाँ पे जो पूरा जो सिस्टम है, मुझ पे इतने FIR होते हैं सेम बात करने के लिए जो दुनिया में सब बोल रहे हैं। तो लीगल सिस्टम एक्चुअली में जिस तरह से बना हुआ है ना, वो इसीलिए बना हुआ है कि किसको फंसाना है और किसको छुड़वाना है, उसी तरह से बना हुआ है। बेल आपको मिल सकती है, लेकिन जब नहीं मिलनी होती तो नहीं मिलती है, राइट? सो इट इज़ ऑल अ बिग पावर प्ले. Whatever the system is essentially a big power play, right? So
including the judiciary.
Not the judiciary, but of course I am not disrespecting the judiciary, but it is possible now, if you have money, let's put it this way, to get bail. But if you don't have money, how many people just rot in the jails just because they don't have money, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So the system is also favors the one who are privileged in that way, right? So ये उस पे एक तंज है कि आप जो है पापा के पैसों से बेल मिल जाती है. We have films like No One Killed Jessica. It is trying to refer to a system like that, जहाँ पे rich spoiled brats they go get away with so much, drugs or rapes or whatever, right? They do. लेकिन वही कोई कितने लोग जो है अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाते हैं, चाहे महंगी ड्रग्स ना कर पाए, सस्ती चरस करेंगे, लेकिन अगर वो लोग पकड़े गए तो क्या अफोर्ड कर पाएंगे? क्या वो बेल नहीं कर पाएंगे? तो दिस सिस्टम इज आल्सो बिल्ट इन अ वे दैट फेवर्स द रिच एंड द प्रिविलेज्ड.
तो आप कह रही हैं कि आपके लॉकअप में बेल ही नहीं है या पापा के पैसों वाली बेल नहीं है?
नहीं, पापा के पैसों वाली बेल नहीं है. अगर इफ यू डिजर्व, पैसों के दम पे बेल नहीं मिलेगी. दैट इज व्हाट.
तो बेल किस दम पे मिलेगी? आप कैसे जज करेंगी कि बेल किसी को मिलनी है? क्योंकि आप लॉकअप की जेलर भी हैं और आप जज, जूरी, फैसला भी हैं. तो किस बेसिस पर आप डिसाइड करेंगी कि किसको बेल देनी है, किसको नहीं?
जी नविका जी, एसेंशियली ये जो शो है ये इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी फन शो. एंड जैसा कि जेल में कुछ लोग होंगे जो कि जिनमें दोस्तियां भी होंगी, लड़ाइयाँ होंगी, इश्क होगा, प्यार होगा और जो भी है और तरह के जिनकी उनकी इंट्रैक्शंस होंगी. सो वी आर लुकिंग एट अ फन शो टू बी ऑनेस्ट. और जहाँ तक मैं इस शो की होस्ट हूँ तो मैं समझती हूँ कि मैं आई हैव बीन वेरी ओपन अबाउट द वे माई पर्सनैलिटी इज़. तो मैंने दूसरे शोज़ में देखा है कि जो गुडी टू शू होते हैं उन लोगों को बड़ा प्रमोट किया जाता है, और जो मेरी तरह अपने मन की बात सामने रखने वाले साफ दिल के लोग होते हैं उनको लोग सोचते हैं यू नो लाइक दे डोंट गेट दैट काइंड ऑफ.
कंगना जी, गुडी टू शूज कौन है? मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं पता, आप बताएं ना.
You know the kind of winners that they have on the shows, but in our show what I am going to promote
आप होस्ट की बात कर रहे हैं.
नहीं, host, no, I'm not commenting on the host, but in our show we are going to make the bad is new good.
Bad is new good.
Yes, that is what I will favor. What you're saying na, bail ho या चाहे फेवर हो, anybody.
Survivors you mean?
Survivors, the one who dares to be him or herself.
बिना डरे.
बिना डरे और no pretentiousness.
तो ये जब आप कहती हैं कि दीपिका पादुकोण की गहराइयाँ ट्रैश है या आलिया भट्ट की जो फिल्म है उसमें बच्चों से करवा दिया है, तो ये आप यू आर स्पीकिंग योर माइंड बिकॉज यू वांट टू और you just want to bring other people down?
नहीं, what do you think? नहीं, आपको क्या लगता है कि मैंने ऐसी फिल्म की का समीक्षा की है, क्रिटिसिज्म किया है जो कि बहुत वर्दी थी? अगर ऐसा लगता है तो then I will not speak about. Then my judgment of a film is completely not that I have seen the film, but जो भी मैंने उसके बारे में सुना है और जो भी मैंने उसका मटीरियल देखा है and I have read the reviews of people, it is so ridiculous. So if I have said something about a film which was worthy or deserving, then obviously I need to.
पर आपने देखी नहीं है तो आप कैसे डिसाइड कर लेती हैं कि वो वर्दी है कि नहीं?
No, I have read the reviews of people who I trust. मैं इतना बड़ा रिस्क नहीं ले सकती. देखिए, I am a very sensitive audience. If I see something so trashy, I get completely down and out. So I am very sensitive. And this is not something that I am saying for effect. You know, I am a very sensitive audience. It scars me. So I have to read 5-6 reviews and talk to 6-7 people, and then only I make myself available to certain work of art. And and that's my personal choice that I make. And I was warned against it, that don't do it. And so I said something in this, and it's okay. I mean, I think contradictory opinion should exist, criticism or opposition should exist. There is nothing wrong in it, and there should also be a sense of fear in everybody. Like I should also fear that, oh, I have made this comment, now my film is coming, so I should be on my toes, right? It's a good way of to exist. And if I see somebody exploiting children to promote a film, then I should also be very much aware while I am doing a show like Lock Up. Do I have underage people in this show, or are we in any way making some kind of comments which are good, which are not good for children, or in any way which are rude or kind of going beyond the limit? So it also makes me very much vulnerable to targets of others, isn't it? I'm quite aware of that. The kind of position I hold, I don't hold it just like that. I'm very much aware that my work
so आप कह रही हैं कि you open yourself up to criticism when you make, and it doesn't scare you.
Why should it? If I criticize somebody's work, then at the same time my work also becomes vulnerable to criticism, which is okay, and that's how it should be. Why should we only praise each other and not point out the flaws in each other's work? And why should we only turn our eyes away when we see something wrong happening? This is no way of existing, and if people think it is wrong, then too bad for them, it is not.
That's what Ekta, Kangana is all about. If people don't like it, too bad. They should figure out how to like it. But I want to ask you, we've seen Big Boss, Salman Khan as the host, we've seen KBC with Amitabh Bachchan and a few other people. Not too many women. I think Neena Gupta with one Kamzor Kadi Kaun, if I remember. Not too many women. So was Kangana your first? आप मतलब पहले अगर कोई ध्यान में आया तो वो Kangana.
आपको पता है ये मेरे दिमाग में बहुत टाइम से थॉट था कि एंड आई थिंक सलमान सर हैज डन अ ब्यूटीफुल जॉब. उनसे ज़्यादा दबंग इंसान नहीं है टू होस्ट बिग बॉस. सेम फॉर मिस्टर बच्चन. मैंने जिंदगी भर अगर किसी को एडमायर किया वो मिस्टर बच्चन. और ऑल द मेल जजेस, एंकर्स. एक फ्रेंड ने मुझे बोला था, रिद्धि ने, कि यार इट इज़ सो टफ फॉर अस वीमेन टू गेट जॉब्स एज एंकर्स बिकॉज विजुअली आज तक आपने सिर्फ मेन को देखा है, चाहे वो होस्ट हो या फिर इवन लाइक द अगर डांस शोज हो तो इवन द पीपल हु आर लाइक टेकिंग द कैमरा, द एंकर, द वंस हु आर रनिंग अराउंड, सो इट्स ऋत्विक और करण और ऑल द टीवी एक्टर्स गेट. टीवी एक्ट्रेसेस को होस्टिंग का चांस बहुत कम मिलता है. एंड every time we spoke to people, this was a very big thing ki anchoring, hosting, or what should I say, carrying a whole reality show on her shoulder is a male domain. And why should it be? क्यों? जिंदगी मतलब दुनिया आधी बटी है औरतों में और आदमियों में, तो कोई मेल डोमेन कैसे हो सकता है? So honestly मैंने उसी वक्त सोचा था कि एंड आई हैड टोल्ड माय टीम, रुचिका को आप अभी आई मीन यू डोंट नो हर बट एक वर्ड उसको बोला था, कंगना नहीं करेगी तो मैं ये शो नहीं बनाऊंगी. बिकॉज आई नो दैट विथ हर फायर ब्रांड पर्सनैलिटी देर आर वेरी फ्यू वीमेन हु आर बीइंग एबल टू अडॉप्ट इट बिकॉज उनको इतना फियर है क्रिटिसिज्म का. क्योंकि आप अगर फायर ब्रांड होंगे, आप टो द लाइन नहीं करते, आप टो द लाइन नहीं करते तो आपको जज करते हैं लोग, आपको लोग जज करते हैं तो आप डर जाते हो. तो ये जो सीक्वेंस है कहीं ना कहीं
तो आदमियों को भी करते हैं,
ज्यादातर औरतों को करते हैं. प्लीज लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट, ज्यादातर औरतों को करते हैं. अगर आप में टेम्पर है तो आप सनकी हो, अगर आप अपना काम करवाती हो जैसे आदमी लोग करवाते हैं तो आप पागल हो. बिकॉज आप सिर्फ एम्बिशियस हो, आपका करियर अच्छा जा रहा है तो आप तभी सेटल होंगी जब आपकी शादी होगी. तो वी हैव लॉट्स मोर जजमेंटल थिंग्स.
आपने वो सारे स्टीरियोटाइप्स तोड़े.
क्यों नहीं, एक ही जिंदगी है तो दो बार क्या सोचना. इफ आई हैव a Kangana Ranaut who's a living example of a firebrand woman who will hopefully carry a whole show on her shoulders, it will start a trend for a lot more women on various stratas of society. TV actresses, films, women have to come on the forefront.
पर एक तरफ आप करती हैं सास भी कभी बहू
जी,
नॉर्मल घर की कहानी
जी,
वही घर, वही हस्बैंड, वही बच्चे, वही मदर इन लॉ,
जी बिल्कुल जी.
एंड देन यू हैव दिस कॉन्सेप्ट
बिल्कुल.
एंड बोथ ऑफ दीज आर एकता कपूर.
Yes.
What is Ekta Kapoor?
Ekta Kapoor is a woman who believes that I'm every woman, it's all in me. I'm a homemaker. I'm a woman who does what I want to do at home, and outside the house I can also hold the mantle. So it's for every woman. It's your choice. आपकी choice है. आपको घर चलाना है और उसमें भी कोई शर्म नहीं होनी चाहिए. आपको बिजनेस चलाना है, उसमें भी कोई शर्म नहीं होनी चाहिए.
करण, कुछ डर लग रहा है? करण का एक्सप्रेशन वाज लाइक, ओह गॉड, मैं ऑलरेडी लॉकअप में हूँ एंड देयर आर 3 women हियर. सो करण, व्हाट वाज गोइंग थ्रू योर माइंड? आपके दिमाग में इस वक्त क्या चल रहा था जब ये आप सुन?
I go back to what I was saying. I think that Ekta is a great example of someone who is, for the last 23, 24 years, I can't remember how, 27 years, been at the forefront.
You're not that old.
I love you.
I'm surprised at the 27. Who has been at the forefront of this business. She is the leading light of the entertainment business in India. Whether it is, as you said, whether it was, the Saas, sort of the Saas Bahu soap opera shows, whether it was the kind of movies she's done, Dirty Picture being a good example, and now with something like this. I think the need gap exists in the market. As you pointed out, right? There hasn't been a show with a female host since, I think that show you referred to was in the early 2000s maybe, which is give or take nearly 20 years. So, she's broken the mold, Kangana's broken the mold many, many times. And, we just thought this was the right sort of partnership and chemistry to take that to the next level. And I think it will be very, very exciting. I think we've seen it so many times. And that's the other interesting thing. The same person who has been bringing us soap operas about small town households, to the same person who brought us, a film about another very powerful woman in her own right, in her sort of very independent woman, which was Dirty Picture, as was been referred to a few times here. To this, where you've got a female jailer running a prison.
A lockup with 16 celebrities.
With 16 celebrities.
Hunter होगा आपके पास.
हथकड़ी तो है.
You'll see. You'll see.
But I want to ask you, वहाँ हिजाब allowed होगा आपके लॉकअप में?
लॉकअप में?
आप कह रही हैं सबको जो वो चाहते हैं वो करने की इजाज़त होगी to express themselves, तो हिजाब होगा कि नहीं?
Well, lockup is a place, I'm not sure if in jails hijab is allowed, but definitely not in schools.
Not in schools.
Definitely not in
तो
school
ये
colleges.
जो इतनी कंट्रोवर्सी हो रही है इसके ऊपर क्यों हो रही है?
You guys know more about it, because you guys cover the political news and it's close to the elections, so obviously it is trying to make some news based on that, but it is only it will hamper the education of Muslim women, and it will definitely going to cause many ripple effects in terms of how their education and everything will be perceived in future. And there is the other day I saw there is a fatwa on the topper in Kashmir, the board's topper or something like that. She's board's topper or college topper, I don't know, but there is a fatwa on her for not wearing hijab. So you are making women vulnerable, those who don't want to wear as well, and they are getting death threats now based on just because some 5-6 women started this mischief for the elections. So now what it is spiraling down into something really grave, and it concerns the security of so many Muslim women who want to live more, who are moderate and want to live more modern lifestyle. So where are we heading with these medieval sort of ideologies and with trying to force people?
पर आपने choice की बात कही, तो अगर किसी की choice है हिजाब पहनना तो?
Not in a school. When we call, what do we call school clothes? Uniform, right? It means a lot to be uniform in a place which demands you to be uniform. Leave your religion, caste, your sex, whatever that makes you different from the other person at home, and come and have the sense of uniformity at that place. But not in our lockup. Of course, in the lockup you can choose to wear a bikini and hijab at the same time, and shalwar kameez and a sari or a suit pant. That's up to you, that's how you'll come, but I think later you'll be given clothes. jail clothes.
Okay. And then you'll make it a uniform.
Yes, then you'll have to wear those. So yes, I mean, this is something that we should discuss at some other point. I have a lot to say about that concerning women, their security and their education, and I will also be announcing a film based on that, but we'll speak about it later.
Film based on
suppression of women in the name of religion.
Okay. Yes. So that's your next project?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So before we move to something else, just one tweet that you put out, and you said if you want to show courage, show it by not wearing burqa in Afghanistan. Learn to break free, not cage yourself. And then there is a response that's come from Shabana Azmi ji, who says, correct me if I'm wrong, but Afghanistan is a theocratic state, and when I last checked, India was a secular democratic republic. तो ये secular और democratic republic की वजह से क्या स्कूल के यूनिफॉर्म्स भी डिसाइड होने चाहिए डेमोक्रेसी या सेक्युलरिज्म पे?
बट आज डेमोक्रेटिक है तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि 70 साल पहले डेमोक्रेटिक थी, और इस बात की कोई गारंटी नहीं है कि 70 साल बाद भी डेमोक्रेटिक होगी, राइट? सो आई थिंक इनको ये सोचना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि डेमोक्रेसी आपको, वो कहते हैं ना कि वो पापा जी के पैसों से नहीं मिलती है, उसके लिए मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. यू हैव टू मेंटेन द डेमोक्रेसी एंड यू हैव टू सस्टेन द डेमोक्रेसी. यू हैव टू, कितने सोल्जर्स मर रहे हैं रोज़ सरहदों पे. इट डिमांड्स योर ब्लड, इट डिमांड्स योर वॉइस, इट डिमांड्स योर स्वेट एंड योर विजन एंड अ कलेक्टिव एफर्ट टू मेंटेन दैट डेमोक्रेसी. So you have to sustain it. For that, we need to voice our opinions and make sure that what happens in Afghanistan doesn't happen in India, right? So Shabana ji definitely has a very myopic view of what is going on in the world, and if she thinks that democracy can be taken for granted, I really have nothing to say to her.
अब आप 6 तो नहीं हो सकते, इसीलिए फेबर 6 वे चिमनी विद 6 वे सक्शन एंड ऑटो क्लीन.
फेबर 6 वे चिमनी, ये है 6 का फिक्स.
Star Health Insurance, with its wide range of products for all ages and all diseases, always at your doorstep.
OLX ऑटोज ही देता है आपकी कार का बेस्ट प्राइस. सुनीता, सुना तुमने ये क्या बोल रहे हैं?
यही कि OLX ऑटोज देता है आपकी कार का बेस्ट प्राइस. ये प्राइस ही नहीं, सरप्राइज है. विजिट olxautos.in.
मेरे पास तो कई लाइफ्स हैं, मुझे लाइफ इंश्योरेंस की क्या जरूरत, लेकिन आपके पास तो एक ही लाइफ है. अपनी फैमिली को सिक्योर कीजिए LIC के साथ. LIC, जिंदगी के साथ भी, जिंदगी के बाद भी.
नए घर के लिए रूमटा स्टील TMT फाइनल किया है.
रूमटा स्टील नहीं लगाया तो क्या हो जाएगा?
क्या हो जाएगा? 4-5 साल में सीलिंग वीक हो जाएगी, नहीं तुमसे लड़ाई हो जाएगी, फिर तुम टेंशन में जिम आना बंद कर दोगे. बच्चे तुम्हें क्या बोलेंगे पता है? अंकल. मुझे क्या बुलाएंगे? आंटी.
ठीक. रूमटा स्टील TMT लगाएंगे. फाउंडेशन सही
तो फ्यूचर सही.
रूमटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड.
पैसाबाजार.com पर लोएस्ट इंटरेस्ट रेट वाला लोन भी है और मैक्सिमम लोन अमाउंट वाला भी. ये सब और बहुत सारे लोन ऑप्शंस मिलेंगे सिर्फ पैसाबाजार.com पर.
Champs always start early. With Disney Byju's Early Learn and Byju's One-on-One Maths. Personal attention on Byju's one-on-one math classes along with Disney Byju's interactive worksheets and high-quality videos. Math और English के fundamentals बनाए strong ताकि वो चले lifelong. Download Disney Byju's Early Learn. Book a free class on Byju's One-on-One Math.
मामा.
हाँ गुड्डी.
आप नाना जी से इतना डरते क्यों?
मैं? सवाल ही नहीं. पापा? जी पापा. 10,000 रुपए अभी बैंक जाकर भेज देता हूँ.
डर गए ना? इस डर को और बढ़ाते?
मतलब?
आज तो संडे है. रिलैक्स. बैंक बंद है, बैंकिंग सर्विसेज नहीं. ये मिलेगी डेली 24 घंटे.
कैसे?
अब बैंकिंग है आसान, डिजिटल बैंकिंग. सिर्फ एक उंगली का है काम। बताओ कैसे भेजे? NEFT, IMPS, UPI?
कोई भी। वाह, फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शंस कहीं भी, कभी भी। अब मैं भी बनूंगा डिजिटल, फिर नो डर।
अरे नाना जी,
पापा।
RBI कहता है डिजिटल चुनो सुरक्षा के साथ।
मन कहता आज घर पे ही रहते हैं,
जरा कुछ पल घर के नाम।
Ekta, do you think when we are talking about empowerment of women, do you still feel when you come from a family like yours, where you've been part of that industry for so long, do you still think empowerment of women is still something which is in its nascent stage, early stages, and there is discrimination?
So every generation has its own wars to fight. So there was a time when married women who got divorced were made to feel like stigmas of society. Today I can live a single life because someone did, you know. Neena ji had a child and I can today have a child without getting married. These are very, somebody has to start a revolution or do something for their own life, live their own life. If Kangana anchors a show on her own, so people, then you become examples, you know. So every generation ने अपनी लड़ाई लड़ी है और आपको उस जनरेशन में गालियाँ खानी पड़ती हैं फॉर यू।
आपको खानी पड़ती है?
मुझे कुछ ही महीने पहले एक इंटरव्यू में अभी मैंने मेंशन भी किया था, पूछा गया था कि आप सेटल कब हो रही हैं, तो मैंने कहा कि बट मैं प्रीटी सेटल्ड हूँ। नहीं, लेकिन आपको नहीं लगता कि आपको सेटल हो जाना चाहिए? तो ऐसे सैट डाउन, ऐसे अभी मैं सेटल हो गई।
So settlement in India is actually connected
yes.
कि आपने शादी कर ली।
तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैंने, आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू दिस, आई वाज सीइंग वन ऑफ माय डैड्स फिल्म जिसका नाम था अपनापन, और उसमें रीना रॉय, शी वाज अ बैड पर्सन बिकॉज शी went ahead for her career and she didn't care about her husband and a child. Now I don't say it's right to not care about your husband and child, but the ambitious part was made to be a bad thing कि आपने career को कैसे चुन लिया life में। तो I can imagine the pressure women at that time had to face. Eventually I told my dad, you know dad, I am that woman.
And what did dad say to that?
क्या बात करती है तू?
Yeah.
Because I am that girl. I did choose my career, and I still had.
Dad still feels the same way कि मतलब
नहीं, but एक time था जब I always
still have to counsel them.
No, I think we all have to. एक time होता है बच्चे बाप सीखते हैं और एक time आता है जब आप अपने बाप को सिखाते हैं. Because every generation learns something and then you tell your parents कि ये आपकी सीख थी, अब ये हमारी सीख है. और as time passes by, women have been fighting wars and small wars, big wars. So as time passes, we will have a new set of problems, be it for any marginalized sect. And as time passes, they will fight that war, and for that time they'll become the bad people later on. So firebrand is considered bad. 10 years later, some girl will say, यार बड़ी मुंहफट है, बड़ा बोलती है, अरे इसका टेम्पर तो देखो कैसे बात करती है. कुछ साल बाद
वही चीज अगर आदमी करें तो nobody bats an eyelid.
मुझे तो पहले people used to call me a freak of nature because इतने rings पहनती है, चीखती है.
कितने rings हैं?
बहुत सारे. मुझे पसंद है, मेरी बॉडी है, मैं पहन लेती हूँ. तो
yeah, you know, and Ekta has been one of those. I have to mention that one of those very first producers which we have seen, and we thought, you know, if she can produce, because production seemed like a thing for men, and looking at her, we felt that okay, if Ekta can do it, we can also do it, you know, and it is not easy.
So you're following Ekta in a sense?
Of course. I told you, like, I draw inspiration from her.
I mean, I can't tell you, I will not sleep tonight. I'm so touched.
That's a compliment.
It's a big, but I love it. But you know, I'm telling you, I admire you back, because I am telling you that you will not know this. Your impact, our generation will not know. A generation.
You know, this is going against the formula that exists, that women only scratch each other's eyes out.
No, she's very encouraging.
को compliment दे रहे हैं.
But time आएगा जहाँ Kangana will be an example, because people will say, यार, she stood up, she did her own thing, हम भी कर सकते हैं.
But tell me, Ekta, I want you to tell us, because you are true blue Bollywood representative. Kangana says she's an outsider who has made her place through the dint of her hard work. बहुत लड़ाइयाँ लड़ने के बाद एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी है कंगना की जितनी होनी चाहिए.
Now I am truly cornered. But I have to say this कि see, मैंने ना जिंदगी में I've seen all sides of the story. I've seen people and I've seen how Kangana has questioned a lot of things that were taken for granted, for which she's had to bear the brunt of it. And then I've also seen that a lot of people have done a lot of things in life and they feel that हमने इतना किया लाइफ में, हमको वो importance नहीं मिलती है जो हमने earn किया वो importance. So it's a very double-edged sword, you know. If I have to actually see, then I have seen, like my brother, for example, he always believes in Kangana, you know. He loves her, you know. Tushar is a big fan of hers.
Okay.
Because he believes there's so much admiration. He's from the industry, you know. And for him, there is no girl like her. Because he says, ki, I see this girl and I see so much she's done. There's so much in me I want to, like he feels a lot of things he wants to, like he feels, she says, you know. But I, on the other hand, I have had the best side of Bollywood. I've had the best friends. Friends who are in the industry, who maybe she doesn't get along with, who've done things for me that dildari unhone dikhai hai mere liye, you know. So I'm actually, it's two sides to the same story, you know.
So you can't choose between them.
No, I can't.
You can't.
I can't.
मतलब कंगना अपनी जगह अपनी achievements के साथ important है और वो अपनी जगह what they mean to you.
Yes.
They shouldn't be like that कि choose करो.
Exactly. कैसे हो सकता है? But like I'm telling you, my brother's from the industry and his biggest admiration is for her. He's like,
that is what exactly we are against, na? Because they choose their own. So why should
what a
she
beautiful
choose?
thought. What a beautiful thought.
You know, like
there should never be a choice. The choice should be
You're
your
the
own.
best
Yeah.
person
Like
or the
say,
player
tomorrow, tomorrow as a producer or as an actor, I only want to work with outsiders. So how am I any different from them?
Exactly.
You know, I should work with the one who's the most deserving. So as simple as that.
So nepotism, आपको लगता है अब भी, are you convinced कि nepotism is the word? Because you may be somebody's son or daughter, but the fact is कि आपको काम करना पड़ता है और अगर public आपका काम पसंद करेगी तभी आप आगे बढ़ेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं बढ़ सकते. That's the way things are. I mean, your career, you know, in the film industry.
But don't you think there are films around where the castings are completely misfit? There are
but then,
films around 100, 150 crores riding on people. They don't even. Everybody's like.
But वो एक बार चलेगी ना फिर उसके बाद.
Misfit and yeah, but that kind of blunders happen. So all I'm saying is that if films are made, and what is happening now, as forget, like, you know, these people are busy with nepotism and their non-nepotism outside or whatever. Hollywood and South industry is completely taking over because audience को नहीं फर्क पड़ता. They don't care. कि what you said is exactly what I am trying to say. The place which is rightfully Hindi film screens, why Hindi films are disappearing from their own rightful place? Why? And why the dubbed films are, whether they are coming from South or they are coming from Hollywood, why they are taking over? You have answered your own question. You know, so this is what happens. In the larger context, what happened? It doesn't work for anyone.
Okay, so how is the big screen transition to the OTT platform going to work for you? This is your first OTT foray? Yes. So, कैसे देखती हैं आप?
I wouldn't see it as a transition.
Are you reinventing yourself for the new platform? Is there something new you are doing?
See, Navika ji, for me, like, this is something where exactly I don't have to reinvent myself. What Ekta told me other day is like, I want to, more than any of your characters, like you play strong characters and you play all these larger than life women, but I am interested in you as a person, you know, so that was a big compliment for me. And this is exactly the place where I don't have to do any prep, research, character, method, reinventing. Nothing I have to do. I just have to be myself and these people, 16 people, and I have to engage with them. And like I said, I will assess one situation in a certain way and give my feedback and try to judge or perceive or mentor or whatever. In whatever way I engage with it, people will see a side of me that who I am. I am also going to be scrutinized as a human being, that oh, she favors that. Like I told you, if I'm going to favor the one who I resonate with, then people will feel okay, she's
like this is what she stands for.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a very new place for me, and eventually it's going to be a lot of fun, and we are looking at like a dhamakedar episode.
27th of February?
Yes.
Debut?
Yes.
16 celebrities का नाम बता दीजिए, बस इतना बता दीजिए.
अरे एक सेलिब्रिटी को आप इंटरव्यू करना चाहेंगी, दैट आई कैन टेल यू.
एक दो तो नाम बता दीजिए.
अभी क्या है कि अगर मैं एक भी नाम बता दूं ना, उसका मजा चला जाएगा. बट आई एम गोइंग टू रिवील 6 नेम्स बिफोर द शो एंड 10 ऑन द शो.
10 are in the, so before the show, तो अभी this is before the show, and this is the network where it should happen.
Ekta's the boss.
3 clues देती हूँ on 3 of them. One is a comedian who has now not done a comedy show for a long time. One is an actress whose husband is an actor who accused her husband of beating her up. And one is a extremely good-looking woman who runs her own app.
Her own app. 3 big clues. Well, I'll have to quit studying for elections and I'll have to study all of this to come out. So I'm going to take time. Are you going to decode? मैं अब तक सिर्फ सीटें देख रही थी कि यूपी में 403 हैं, पंजाब में 117 हैं. सो मेरा होमवर्क अभी रात को होगा, and I'll decode this and tweet it maybe tomorrow. But
the reality is, as Ekta is yet to tell me what it is. So we are, like I said, we are putting our faith in her creative abilities, but we can assure you it will be very interesting.
Well, on that note, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Navika ji.
I hope you put the set on fire, literally, with 16 of them and Kangana, as the jailer. Hunter की मुझे नहीं लगता ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, because the tongue lashing can happen without the hunter, and we're looking forward to many more controversies. It's going to be a busy season. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
And Ekta, for you, just for being yourself, and Kangana, just being yourself. And thank you, Karan, for this very special episode.
Thank you, Navika ji. We love meeting you.